The Iowa Hawkeye women's basketball team 1-0 in the regular season with a win over the Farleigh Dickinson Knights on Monday night. I'll give you my recap in just a second, but first want to thank our sponsors, Ascent Nutrition, first of all, and their Lion's Mane mushroom powder. Check it out, folks, the awesome benefits of their organic Lion's Mane mushroom, which has been shown to support brain health, memory, healthy stress response, and overall immune system activity. You can mix it into yogurts, juices, smoothies, whatever. Check out their awesome products. GoAscentNutrition.com. Again, that's GoAscentNutrition.com and use the code Hawkeyes for 15% off your total order. And Iowa floor covering and their carpet, their tile shower options. Check out their many products and give them a call, 515-379-7000, regardless of where you live. They're down in Bondurant. They can help you, give you good flooring direction. Visit iowafloorcovering.com for tile, carpet, and more, courtesy of Tyler Knudsen and the boys down at IFC. So the Hawkeyes defeating Farleigh Dickinson on Monday night, 102-46. And quite a dominant victory. We expected as much. This is a young Farleigh Dickinson team. And with college basketball, we always talk about this with football. It happens the same in basketball. So much turnover now with NIL and the transfer portal. And you're going to see varying results with some of these G5 mid-major schools, like a Farleigh Dickinson from the Northeast. And this is a team that went 14-2 in their conference last year. But I think something like 9 new faces on this roster was brought up during the BTN Plus broadcast. And so you knew they were going to be up and down playing an Iowa team that just fell a few minutes short of a national title this past season. Farleigh Dickinson actually started out from the field shooting okay. First quarter in the game, they actually shot 44% from the field. And you're thinking, okay, they're at least scoring points. And it only went down from there. 17% in the second quarter for Farleigh Dickinson. They shot 29% from the field overall, 26% in the second half. Collectively, they were 3 of 15 from three. And of course, you can't shoot the ball well. If you can't shoot the ball well from three, you're not going to be able to win ball games. 3 of 15 from three in that second half. I thought Iowa defensively was okay. You're not going to be tested by an undersized, youthful Farleigh Dickinson team. This Farleigh Dickinson team, I didn't think was very good in transition D. Iowa just killed them with transition offense. Iowa, 28 assists on 40 buckets. As you see the stat lines, I'll throw them up here on the bottom of the screen. Iowa, really impressive. Balanced scoring. Caitlin Clark with 28 points. Sharon Goodman had 19. Addison O'Grady had 9. Hannah Stolke had 22. Sydney Falter had 11. But I think the big keys, the big numbers that I take away from a season opener like this against a Division I team with Pat Carver, which is nice to see on a Monday night season opener for the women, just 7 turnovers. In spite of the fact they scored over 100 points, 28 assists on 40 buckets. Those are winning numbers. And Iowa got nothing out of Gabby Marshall. I'm not dogging on Gabby, but they're balanced. They have enough firepower where a girl can have an off night once or twice here or there. And Gabby ended up 0 points, 2 assists, 2 steals, 1 turnover. She was 0 for 3 from 3, but didn't force anything, and Gabby's not going to. Molly Davis played well, but she's not going to force anything either. I think one of my bigger takeaways was perhaps the offensive development we've seen from Sydney Falter. I see a little bit more confidence in her game, a very efficient stat line for Sydney, 11 points for Sydney Falter. And on the night, Sydney Falter was 4 of 6 from the field, made a 3-pointer. I like her 3-point stroke, by the way, just 1 of 3, but I think she's going to knock down some big shots for Iowa. And again, looks a little bit more confident on the offensive end. 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 0 turnovers for Sydney Falter. Very impressed with her play. And if they can get 14 to 15 minutes a game out of Sydney Falter, that will really help. My biggest question going away from this game, and again, it's just a small glimpse into what will be a long, very enjoyable season. I am a little bit concerned, or maybe not even concerned, but just questioning where the scoring is going to come from off the bench. Certainly Sydney being a factor. She's not shown to be consistent yet on that offensive end. That she averaged, I think, something like 2 points last year, was not called on to score a lot. But can she give them some bench scoring? And after Sydney, who is it going to be? Is it Taylor McCabe? She walked away with 0 points, 0 for 4 from 3. She's obviously an adequate 3-point shooter. Still looks a little uncomfortable on the floor, I think, at times. This is just her second year. Kylie Feuerbach coming off a serious knee injury. I don't think we're going to see real minutes for Jada Giamfi and Kenise Johnson-Etienne as we get into especially big time play like this Thursday against Virginia Tech. I'd be surprised if either one of those women play. Addison O'Grady came off the bench on Monday, which was a surprise. Sharon Goodman got the start, but Sharon was very efficient as well. 19 points on 7 of 8 shooting with 4 rebounds. So this really may be a center by committee type of team. That was talked about during the broadcast as well. Speaking of the broadcast, I was really intrigued by the team of BTN Plus broadcasters on Monday. I kind of found joy in it, but I kind of sat there kind of confused a couple different moments. If you know, you know. But anyways, Iowa just collectively balanced across the board. We're going to see lots of effort from various people. We didn't say A.J. Ediger getting the game on Monday. And again, I was surprised that O'Grady didn't get the start. But O'Grady ended up playing more minutes, was not quite as effective as far as offense is concerned when you compare her to starter Sharon Goodman. But both those gals were adequate. And then, of course, Hannah Stuelke. We can't go without talking about her 22 points, 9 rebounds. I think she had like 4 or 5 on one early possession. So she's someone who could potentially turn into a 20 and 10 type of player on a consistent basis, 9 of 10 from the field, and made another 3-pointer. And we talked about this, folks, with her athleticism, her length, her ability to run the floor, and her defense. Boy, if she's knocking down threes, she's one of the best players in the Big Ten, maybe in the country. She was 3 of 3 from the free throw line, which is an area she struggled at last year. She could be the difference maker and the type of player that could bring this team back to the Final Four for the second straight year. That would be massive. 2 assists, 2 turnovers as well, along with 2 steals for the still very young Hannah Stuelke. So the Hawkeyes will get back into action on Thursday against Virginia Tech. That will be a fun one. Virginia Tech Final Four participants last year as well. We'll have live post-game coverage after that nationally televised game this Thursday. Keep it locked in here, folks. A lot to come with Iowa women's basketball. The men tipping off tonight against North Dakota. We'll have a reaction after that game as well. We'll talk to you soon.